your favorite little egg. It's your girl Emily, obviously here again. I'm having one of those weeks where I'm just feeling really pumped. So I'm really sorry if you're coming to this and you're feeling really sluggish, and I'm just gonna make you feel even more sluggish because I'm like, woo! But the sun is shining. I've been really proactive, getting loads of Pilates ideas down and recording them, and one of the things that I wanted to do, which is what we're going to do today, is just like a little intro to Pilates. So thinking about, I guess, a few key movements and stretches that you can incorporate to get your body moving. So that is our plan today. I have got 3, maybe 4 weeks, I don't know where I am, until the start of my next term on my physiotherapy degree. So I'm feeling a little bit, I don't know if nervous is the right word or excited. I'm just a bit like, daunted, there we go, about the whole idea, because I think this term is going to be so much more intense than our first year. I think that we're splitting modules into specialties, which is going to be really helpful. But it was a lot of work last time, and it's going to be a lot of work this time. So thank you all for supporting me as I go along. I'm sure I'll be fine. Anyway, before I have a mental breakdown about the new term, let's get into our Pilates. So just make sure, as always, that you're feeling okay. This is not for you if you are under 1 year post-op, okay? Let's get into it. Okay, so we're going to start by just getting your spine moving. So I want you to pop one hand down on the floor, other arm can come up overhead into this lovely big side bend. We're reaching up and over rather than collapsing down, and then switch to the other side. Good. Stretch and back. So we're thinking about elongation here. We're trying to create space in between each of your vertebrae. Now obviously if you've got a fusion, you're not going to be able to get any more space because they're fixed together. So it's more the bits above and below the fusion. But if you've still got a nice curvy spine, you can really get into there and pull it out. Not literally. You know what I mean. Good, so we'll keep moving side to side, nice and dynamic, really stretching. Good, okay, last one to each side for me. So your spine moves in 3 ways, so whenever we're warming up, we always want to try and get all 3. So we've got side to side. Next, we've got some twisting. So we're going to keep one hand in your lap. We're going to pull the opposite elbow into your side, follow it with your pinky finger, and we are twisting round, looking behind you. You can use that hand as an anchor point to help twist. Come all the way back to the front. Same on the other side. We twist round, look over your shoulder if you're happy to, and then all the way back to the front. Good. And we just keep moving between those 2. If you feel like you want to do something with that spare hand, you can start with them both out in front and then switch and see how that feels. So we're breathing nice and deeply. Take your time whilst you're here to just feel where your body wants to move. So we're not just passively switching side to side, we're actively thinking, okay, where is my rib cage going? Where's my chest going? Is my hip facing forwards? And that will just help you to relax into it a bit more and connect with your body, which is really important. Okay, right. Make that your last one. Come all the way forward. You can shimmy it off. We're going to have hands on your knees. We're going to sink backwards. So we're rounding your shoulders, tipping your pelvis back, and then pulling all the way through, pushing that chest through, looking up a little bit, tipping your pelvis forwards, and then sinking back. Good. And we'll just move between those 2 positions. We really want you to think again about where your spine wants to move. If you've got a bit fused, then that bit's not going to move, but everything around it can. If you've got a curve, maybe you need to move to the side a bit to get that maximum stretch. That's okay. What we're trying to do is get the vertebra to extend and flex. So if your vertebra are twisted slightly, we need to push into that twist to get that full movement, okay? Right, last one all the way forwards. Fabulous. Right, shaking it off. We are going to come down and lie on your back. Have a little lie down already, lucky things. Whoop. That was a really quick way to get down. There are safer ways if you want to just bring yourself onto your side and roll over. I told you I was in a bubbly mood today. Right, we are going to think about abdominal work, really basic, bit of stability. We're starting by tipping your pelvis backwards towards the mat. So lower back comes down. Abs are switching on. So we're almost trying to roll your pelvis under. Can you feel that? We're going to lift one leg, flex the foot, and we're going to slide it towards the middle of the wall in front. Hold, bring it back, plant it down. Same with the second leg, comes up, flex, push, come back, plant down. Your pelvis stays tilted back the whole time, so that's your challenge. The lower that leg goes, the harder this is going to be to maintain that pelvic tilt. So as this is a little intro video, I would go middle of the wall, but if you come back to this and you're a bit more practiced, you can aim a little bit lower. See how you feel? Good. Okay. Let's keep these going. We're going to do another 2 on each leg. Each time you plant a foot down, we're going to imagine it's resting on a lily pad, so you can't put too much weight into it. That should intensify how hard your abdominals are working. Good. Keep that up, keep it going. Well done. And last one. Beautiful. Okay, bring that leg in, relax that pelvic tilt. Take a really big belly breath. Let it go. Good. Okay. That was really thinking about stability forwards and backwards. We're going to have a think about stability side to side, which is a little bit harder in my opinion. So we're going to have our forefingers and we're going to pop them on our little knobbly bits on our pelvis, these little hip bones here. Do not have to do that pelvic tilt. Don't worry about that now, okay? We're going to lift one leg away from the floor, so it's about 45 degrees in line with the other leg. We're going to drift it out to the side. Take it just until you feel like you're going to roll. Bring it all the way back in and plant it down, and we'll alternate legs. Now, there will come a point where those little hip joints start to roll over. At that point, we've gone too far, okay? So you want to keep your butt planted down. Bring that leg till you feel like you're going to fall, and then bring it in. But we do want to push into that area where we feel a little bit unstable, and we feel like our hips really want to roll, and we go, no, and bring it back, okay? If you want to make it harder, elbows off, and that is, oh, it's really hard. Goodness me. And back. Your spare knee needs to stay still. So as I bring that leg out, if my other knee is rocking out and compensating, it's really easy. So you have to imagine there's like a bit of string tying that knee up to the ceiling so it stays completely upright as your other leg comes out. Good. And this is using, obviously, yes, your legs, your tummy, your lower back working to stabilize. But there's lots of teeny tiny support structures in the middle of your core, in your hips, lots of connective tissue and muscles working to hold you steady. Your brain is working very hard to try and plan the balance. So it's trying to think, okay, this leg's moving, so I'm going to tense this bit, release this other bit, and it's making these calculations hundreds of thousands every second to keep you steady. It's amazing. So that's half the battle, is just getting your brain in gear. Right, let's make your next one your last one. good. And we're coming back in, planting that leg down, and we're just gonna squeeze one knee at a time in towards your chest and have a little roll. Good, okay. We're gonna do one more move lying down here, and then we are gonna have a think about arms and legs, okay? We're gonna bring those feet back. We are again working in that pelvic tilt position. So we're gonna scoop your pelvis under, lower back comes to the floor. We are almost zipping up that bit underneath your belly button. We're gonna start to peel and lift your bottom off the floor. If you're fused, it's more of a thrust, sorry to use that word. If you have got a nice bendy spine, you can really peel each bone off the floor at a time, okay? Either way, we end up in this bridge. We're gonna hold, and then we're gonna reverse. So either peeling back down or placing your bottom gently. We've still got that pelvis curled under, so at the last minute, then we can release it. Scoop it up, come all the way up, well done. And then releasing back down. For an extra challenge, if you want, you can try this with arms away from the floor. I will say if you're really having to think and concentrate on what your spine and your pelvis are doing, anyway, just with your normal bridge, don't do it. But if these are feeling quite easy, quite manageable, taking the arms away just makes you have to think a little bit more about that position in the pelvis, gives you less support on the way up and down, so it's a bit more wobbly. Okay, let's do 3 more, not doing crazy numbers here. Well done, all the way up, squeeze that butt underneath at the top. And last one. Good. Okay, squeeze, let it go all the way down, and we are going to come and lie on our side. So just roll yourself over. You are going to need something to rest your head on. So I'm using a little yoga block. You can use a cushion, I don't mind. And we're going to do a little bit of legs, okay? So we get your upper body comfy wherever it wants to be. We're going to have your knees in line with your hips and then your feet in line with your knees. From here, all I want you to do is lift the whole of that top leg up till you feel a squeeze in the side of your bottom, and then we lower back down. Good. Squeeze and lift and lower. Beautiful. So what we should start to feel is the side of the thigh, side of the bottom really working. Getting a good scrunch in those muscles. Good. We're trying to keep the angle at the knee as we come up and down. Your shin is staying parallel to the floor, so we're not rotating up or down, okay? And your lower leg's surprisingly doing quite a lot of work here as well, so don't worry if you start to feel that scrunching and working too. Well done, keep it going. We're not doing crazy high reps today. We're going to take 3 more. Well done. We're just trying to give a light bit of work through the whole body rather than make your legs feel like they need to fall off. Good, last one. Squeeze and release. Beautiful, well done. Right, let's roll to the other side. We're going to do that same exercise over here. You can roll with your back to me if you're fed up with me already. We're going to do knees up, legs in line with those knees. And again, we are lifting up, squeeze and lower. So this leg probably will feel a bit more tired more quickly, as I say, because that lower leg is doing a fair bit of work just to stabilise. You can try and switch it off, but it's impossible. Yeah, good. Well done. My leg is starting to shake. Not even done that much, don't know what's going on. Oh, I think sometimes when you just bring it back to basics and do it properly, it really gets in there. Okay, keep that going. And again, we're going to take 3 more. Really thinking about keeping that pelvis still. We're always thinking about spinal stability. And yes, we're strengthening these muscles, but that's so our pelvis is supported and that's going to help build a strong support for our spine as well. So it's all linked. Finish that last one, well done. You can squeeze those knees in, give yourself a little bit of a rest. And we're going to come up to seated when you're ready. So take your time, bring yourself gently up, well done. And I thought what we'd finish with is just a couple of posture exercises. So we're sat super tall. I don't mind if you're on your bottom or your knees. We're going to have elbows in, palms out, shoulders relaxed and back. We're going to open up those palms, squeeze those shoulders behind you, and then release back. Yeah, good. So we're trying to stay tall. We're trying not to collapse into this, and just do a little movement here. So a really big opening and squeeze in the chest. So if you look from behind, from the side, my upper arm stays completely still, and it's just that lower arm that rotates out. And again, keeping that 90-degree angle there. And what this does is it's squeezing these muscles behind the shoulder blade. They're squishing and releasing. So that's where we want to feel that move. Keep it going, squeeze and release. And this is all about shoulder strength and mobility, taking some of that pressure away from the upper back, which is always good. We've got 2 more to do. Squeeze and release. Last one. And you can let it go. Oh, well done. Okay, one more exercise through your arms. This is about working your lower traps. Your traps start up here. You know, a lot of us hold all this tension up here, but they come down in a big diamond and meet in your mid back. And if we can strengthen the lower traps, aim is takes a bit of pressure off the upper ones. So we're going to have hands by your side. We're going to sweep those hands behind you till your shoulder blades nearly touch. They're squeezing so hard. And then we're going to flip your palms to face the front. Hold and release. Should be quite meaty. Coming back. Shoulders, hands, hold. And release. Good. We're only doing 5, so 3 more. These are so good for just releasing if you've been sat at your desk all day. And last one, push, squeeze, and you can let it go. Shake off those little shoulders. You've done a really well-rounded set of exercises today with the stretches, the core work, the stability work, legs and arms. So I hope that's given you a really good insight into the kind of things that we can do with scoliosis just to get you moving. So hopefully I'll see you for another session soon, either on here or over on our on-demand studio, which I'll put a link for. But have a gorgeous day. Enjoy the heat if you're still watching this in the summer, and I will see you then. All right, bye.